What is up, guys? Foggy Train here. It is the day after Christmas. I watched Avatar 2 twice now. I don't think I'm gonna go back and watch it again. That would be 9 hours spent in the theaters. I can wait till it comes out now to watch it again. But I want to take this time to review Avatar 2: The Way of Water. First off, let's get into what it's about. Carries on from the first movie, which, to be honest, I don't remember much about it all. And I didn't go into this movie expecting much at all because the first movie didn't really grab me. I was never super into it. But this movie takes place however many years after the first one. The main character, I believe his name is Jake, and Neytiri are the two main, adults. Although the main characters really seem like the son, Loak, and Kiri seem like the main characters. But it follows Jake and Neytiri and their new kids that they have, and the Sky people come back. Without spoiling too much, that's kind of hard to not spoil stuff because I don't even know what you're supposed to know or not know from after the first movie. Because I haven't watched the first movie in so long. It's basically him just doing whatever he can to protect his family. His family keeps getting into trouble. He has to keep kind of getting them out of it. And it comes to a truly fantastic conclusion while still setting up stuff for the future. So I'm excited. I actually left this theater excited for the next movie. I was talking to my friends about it. I was like, man, I didn't even think I was really gonna like the movie, but I left thinking, man, I wish there was just more out now that I could watch. But hopefully we'll see. Hopefully there'll be some more movies soon. Positives. Let's get into the positives. The movie is beautiful. I mean, absolutely stunning. There's so much of the movie that really wasn't needed, but you don't even think or care while you're watching it about how it's not needed because it's just so enjoyable. There's a lot of fat that could be trimmed off, but I'm glad they didn't. I was fine with the how long the movie was. It's a 3 hour and 10 minute movie, I believe. The first time I had to go use the bathroom. The second time, right at the beginning, I needed to use the bathroom and I had a large Mr. Pibb. At the beginning, I was like, man, I need to go use the bathroom. I really like this part, so I'm going to stay. And a little bit later, I was like, man, I really like this part too, so I'm going to just hold it until this part's over. I didn't go to the bathroom until the movie was over. I miraculously was able to hold it in for the whole over 3+ hours. That just goes to show how enjoyable and engaging the movie was the whole way through, the entire time. It's not like there's ever really a part where you're just like, I'm just gonna walk away from this, because it's all interesting. The fight scenes, choreographed fantastically. The visuals, oh my god. The first time I watched it was in 3D, and it looked a little bit cheap at times, but I think you can attribute that to the 3D technology that's not really 100% there still today. I'm not big into 3D to begin with, but whatever. Second time I watched it was just normal movie theater quality, and oh my goodness, it was a huge difference. Honestly, it looked indistinguishable. The only bad visuals were, I found, the people. They just fit. It looked like everything else was I don't know, I guess because the whole world around them was digital, so they just didn't fit in to it pretty much. But you can't tell that the world is fake. You really can't. It looks phenomenal. Now let's get into some negatives. Gosh, the little kid Spider. I don't know if it's just acting or just the script or just the directing that they just didn't. That's how they wanted him to act. But I thought it was genuinely painful most of the time that he was on the screen. There were some parts with him, and I think he's going to be a really interesting character. That's another thing. I really do think that they have a lot of room to explore with his character in the future. I think he's going to be a big deal going forward. But oh my gosh, in this movie, especially at the beginning, whenever they're in, I can't spoil too much, god dang it, really bad. Also, pretty much just any of the people. And I'm not talking about... There's a specific group of people that I'm not talking about. Specific group of bad guy people. I'm talking about straight up people. Like, there's this one lady. She might be on the trailer even. In this, like, mech suit. She is awful to listen to talk at all. And then there's these, like, fisherman people, like kind of whaler type people, I guess. Is that what you call them? Whale hunter type people. And oh my god, their dialogue is repulsive. It's terrible. But that is really the only negatives I have. This movie, the entire time watching it, I was just blown away at how much I liked it. It's so good. It's probably in my top 10 favorite movies now. And I've only watched it twice. I walk away just wanting to just not stop talking about it and not stop thinking about it. It's so good. One of the daughters, Kiri, her story is super interesting. We don't know certain things about her character, but that's another thing they kind of set up for the future to explore. And it made me wish, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, man, this would be fantastic as a book series. Which is crazy, because usually when you're reading a book series, you're like, man, this should be so good to make movies out of. But watching Avatar, I was like, man, they should make some books with this. Which I doubt they ever will. But, yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, with the negatives I mentioned, normally, for a movie, I guess a normal length, that'd probably drop it down lower. But this movie is long. And almost all of it is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. I feel very comfortable with a 9 out of 10 for this movie. And I definitely recommend everyone go watch it. I think it is absolutely ridiculously good. That's about it. 9 out of 10, Avatar, The Way of Water. That's about it. Thank you for watching.